So, I want to give you a very powerful manifestation exercise, and it is to pretend that God is eavesdropping. He's listening to everything going on in you and seeing any and every mental image going on inside you. But there's rules to this exercise that makes it very powerful. So, I will just tell you what those rules are and why that means everything when you do this exercise. Good. I have decided here on the channel to make my YouTube channel practical. I will once in a while create long theoretical videos that you have seen me do before, but I want you to do this. That is why I end every video with "get out of here." I don't want you to keep on watching those videos, mine and every other coach's. I want you to go off YouTube and live your desired reality. So my goal with these exercises are for you to start being it and working it, rather than just being intellectually very knowledgeable about manifestation. Because there's so many of us that are just like that, have read every book, but not a change in reality yet. But that's about to change. So this exercise is somewhat the same as the one I posted 2 days ago. Do it for 48 hours in the beginning, and then you can prolong it. The rules of the exercise is this. You have to know a concept, and the concept is called all availability. It's a concept that is my word. So you can call it whatever you want. And in most teachings, it will be called abundance. But abundance is so closely related to money in your mind that I won't call it abundance, because abundance is not about money. Abundance is the realization that everything is present. Every possibility can play out because God is all. All availability should mean to you that every possibility, every timeline is accessible right now, and the timeline you are experiencing is simply a matter of your consciousness being expressed in an external world. So I want you to realize that external world is the same as your internal world. They are the same, one and the same. And whatever you're looking at is simply a matter of what have you been focusing on, what have you put your attention on, what have you been aware of. So who have you been conscious of being? And that then gives you that expression so that it always makes sense. Whenever you wake up tomorrow, it's totally correlated to the day to day. So everything is perfect. You are every day waking up thinking, yeah, this is about right. Or about wrong, but it makes sense, right? It's never surprising. All availability is then the fact that, okay, if reality is always confirming me, it's about changing me, but I could actually have everything I want in external reality if I gave it to myself. If I was aware that I was very rich, reality is already in this moment reflecting it. And I want you to just recognize the story you're keeping. It's your story that is manifesting. So let's say that you are sitting right now and watching me. The only thing that is telling you that you are not right now a millionaire, healthy, or in love, or whatever, is the story you have in your mind. Because you could be sitting in your room right now watching me and be a millionaire. That could be the story. So the current frame you are upholding exists in many timelines. But your mind, which I call the devil, is forcing you to pick a timeline of knowledge. So your mind is stacking together different frames to make this life you're in right now make sense. So you are very convinced and certain that your past looks fixed. And by doing that, you are also very certain that your future, or at least the near future, looks in a certain way. But I'm here to tell you, you only have the present moment. And that present moment, which is God, allows you to have all availability, which is the promise of God, that you can have everything because you are everything. You are an extension of God having amnesia. Right? So you are sitting there with incredible power, not realizing it. And you need to recognize all availability, so abundance, that it's whatever I don't see in external reality, it's not a matter of that it's not there. It's simply collapsed potential. So everything, every timeline is always available, but I have collapsed, which means that I have observed and been aware and conscious of living a certain timeline that took that potential, that part of every timeline. It took that and showed it to me in my external reality. I am creating it myself with what I am aware of being. So right now, all availability allows you to say, okay, so I can be aware of having anything and everything, and actually any move in timeline would require that change. I need to change my inside, if that's the thing. I need to become aware of not fixing a problem, but having the solution at all times, living my desired reality. And then let's go back to the exercise of God eavesdropping, which, for those of you who don't know that word, I hope I'm pronouncing it about right. It means that God is listening in on your conversation, right? So he's standing right behind you. And imagine you walk into your workplace then, and in your mind you immediately say, oh, there's Jack. I hate Jack. Right? I hope he doesn't bother me today. And then in that moment, you have to recognize in all availability terms, in abundance terms, Jack is only annoying because you are aware of him being annoying, and that you could actually change your awareness and your story about him, and that would actually change who he is in your awareness, which is the version of him that exists in your awareness would then change. So all availability offers you a second chance, which we in religious circles call forgiveness. So you forgive him, right? And by doing that, you forgive yourself for having him imprisoned in that story. So what happens then when you say Jack is terrible? Well, God is then coughing, reminding you that he is eavesdropping, right? Oh yeah, I'm telling a story that is unpreferable. And since I can choose any story, and since I'm already choosing a story, it's not more work to choose a preferable story. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So pretending like God is eavesdropping is actually setting you up for success, because you are now then choosing the preferable option, because you are recognizing that at all moments God is on this call you're having, or in this mental image, seeing if you're choosing whatever you know that God can give you, which is everything, God being awareness, consciousness, source, Allah, God, whatever you call it. He's giving you everything. But will you then pick what you want, or will you believe the devil, your mind, that is telling you can only have this small portion of every timeline, or one timeline out of infinite timelines? Right? Very powerful. Anytime you do it, talk about people, imagine a bad scenario, just look at the weather and you're complaining about the weather, then God would also be coughing. And then you can do two things. You can actually like the weather as it is, or you can say, but every possibility of weather is not right now in potential. It's just not collapsed. Rain is the collapsed reality I'm in right now, but it could be sunny if I or whatever else consciousness, like the collective consciousness, whatever you believe in, was aware of. So I can actually decide that the weather is different than it is right now. And both are equally fine to God, because both are gratitude. One is gratitude of the choice that was made, and the other one is somehow the recognition that, and the not blasphemous way of looking at God, which is God can give me everything. So the other way of but God can change the weather for me. Consciousness, awareness can totally change this. Does not have to accept it. Right? So both are equally fine, but you need to recognize what is the preferable way. And two preferable ways: liking the weather as it is, yes, or simply choosing another weather. It's not preferable to hate the weather and make yourself in a bad mood, right? So in all cases, when you go to then check your bank account in your mind because you're thinking about, can I afford this? You check another mental image and you say, but all mental images in my awareness are available, and I'm choosing to check the one that the devil is giving to me. Should I then check that one, or should I check the image that is preferable to me, that is right now just in potential, in the unseen, but it exists just as much in awareness? Because awareness, imagination, knowing, memory, they are all the same. God is all. Everything is awareness. Right? So this is the exercise that you should be doing for the next 2 days. And I'm thinking about posting it today. And yesterday I posted the other exercise, but that would actually maybe be a hindrance to you. So maybe I'll post it tomorrow so that you can watch this video as soon as you are done doing the previous exercise. And please subscribe to the channel if you want more exercises like this, where we instead of just listening to manifestation content and really knowing it all in our minds, we are now embodying it, doing it, feeling it, expressing it, changing our reality, you and I together as we go. Yes. So this is the next thing I want you to try. Right? Good. Talk soon. Get out of here.